my diamonds, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kiki. Today my friend and I are doing something really cute. She's only pulling up now. We are working in a clinic today, actually for the entire week, and we start work at 9 o'clock. So we decided that at 7:30 we should get ready, just have breakfast at the local restaurant and just have a cute time. She is running late, look at her. I was also running late. There was a point that I didn't even have gas in my car. I didn't even have any petrol, so I got to put some petrol in my car. So we're here. You can't really see what the word says, but it says a Shakati guest house. This is the mild to moderate bougie restaurant that we have in a Shakati. So we're going to come here for breakfast. The hospital is like 3 minutes away, so that's really cool. You're late, young lady. What is she doing? She's applying lotion. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I will not expose your shame. You look cute. I look cute. Yeah, you do. You look so cute. Hi guys. Where do you put your keys? In my pockets. Oh, okay. Obviously, get to sanitize first. Good morning. Thank you. So we go.
I've already placed the orders.
Oh, you already placed? Yeah. Do you want to sit inside or outside?
I like the outside.
Nice. I love it when it's quiet. Good morning. How are you? Fine. Okay, thank you. So we decided to sit here. Let me just show you outside. Not all the way out, not all the way in. It's so pretty. Let's sit, yeah. You look so pretty. Hi, Vivian.
Hi.
Let's go ahead, get something to drink.
Yeah.
I will wait. What do you feel like? Coffee or juice? They have orange. Is that mango? This the juice. I think people already ate. Okay, let's see what we can get. We're having breakfast with Vivienne. Hi. I'm having white toasted bread. She wants brown. I don't know why you're being healthy. And I have water, juice, and coffee while we're waiting for our order to come.
Making me do diamondy things.
Yes. I'm actually really hungry.
Me too.
I
called in beforehand,
yeah,
to place the orders, but not ready yet, so we have to wait.
Yeah. I can't believe I go to work without having breakfast. Are you a breakfast person? I don't.
I'm a breakfast person.
I drink water or juice, whatever is available, and I run. Yeah. Because I'm usually late. I don't have time to wake up in the morning and actually have breakfast.
If I haven't had breakfast, I'm a completely different human being by 10.
You are hangry.
I'm hangry. I'm a beast. Like, don't come to me. What do you call the people who watch your YouTube videos?
My diamonds.
Your diamonds.
Because I'm the most diamond queen. Get it?
Okay, diamondy.
My diamond fell off.
Hectic.
It's okay, I was gonna change this nails anyway. Look. It fell off. Today? Because it wasn't like this yesterday.
Oh, I love this. It's just the silence.
I know.
It's almost like resetting before your day. No?
Mm-hmm. To talk about like the hardships of internship and basically the things that you've learned through internship. There's an Instagram post that I did when I completed my first year of internship, like I think like 2 months back, where I just sort of noted down the things that I sort of realized as you go along and things that they really do not teach us in med school.
You just figure it out on the way.
Yeah, you figure it out
basically.
Along the way. What are the things that you feel like you've learned? Should we categorize them like academically, personally, spiritually even, and friendship
wise, like relationship wise,
friendship basically.
Okay, academically, what you learned in medical school, those things you were cramming, that's what's going to carry you. Basically. Like at the most random moments, like when I have an emergency or whatever, I'll just remember a random mnemonic of whatever it is that I learned in medical school, and that would help me. Yeah, so what you're studying and what you're learning at the time, like really comes in handy. It's not like the Pythagoras theorem that you learn in high school and then you throw it away later.
Honestly,
on.
what was the point?
I don't
was the
know.
reason?
I've never I can prove that a triangle is a triangle.
But I don't know when I'll apply it in life.
Yeah.
How about like in terms of hospital settings? What are the things that you learned about just like on the ground? Like, for example, I learned that like, especially when you start in a department and, you know, you're very young, as we are. Sometimes we're doing internship with much older people that are married, that have kids. So obviously when they come into a department as an intern, they command that respect because of just their age. Like to the nurses, to the student nurses, to everybody else. But I mean, someone like me walking into like a ward, then sometimes nurses sort of feel they can push you around or make you do things that you're not even supposed to be doing and things like that. So I just kind of learned to do my own thing. Like, why are these flies everywhere?
And I think that also comes in with being. I was having this conversation with someone else the other day that actually, like in the past, doctors were seen as the leaders, like the leaders of the ward.
Yeah, I mean, they still are, but like,
so if you're confused and you don't know what's going on, people don't really. There's no way that you can earn. Yeah, there's no way that you can earn the trust from the nurses or from the people around you, even the students. Like if you're confused all the time, and you learn. I've learned a lot from the nurses, but I've also noticed that like when you're hardworking and like you're saying, not really doing your own thing, like in a corner. But when you set your own standard, and you show initiative, then they're like, oh, hey,
she can do.
I want to ride along with this person.
I think it's also like, especially like procedures. If you can just get your patient, put up an NG tube, put up a catheter, the things that nurses are supposed to do, and you just do your own thing, they will even take initiative and come and be like, no, doc, it's okay, you don't have to do that. I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
And I notice especially in surgery, when you have to prepare a patient for theater and they have to go now, and then you go, patient's not prepared, then you just like start preparing your patient. They will come and they'll help. Our food came.
And like, because I'm hungry.
We got sausage, bacon, and an omelette. And Madame over here is like already eating.
I think it's because we're young. We sort of have to work a little bit harder.
Oh, I need that knife.
You need it?
Yeah.
Ask kiss. Okay, good.
Yes,
It's not gonna fall over. I think because we're so young, you have to work a little bit harder to earn people's respect or trust. I don't think it's necessarily respect, but trust. Like if your nurses don't trust you, obviously the respect goes out the window.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean to say that you'll have all the answers or you will be able to manage every case. But if they trust you enough to say, okay, she knows what's going on, I can actually ask her for advice. Or, I don't know, internship is that weird place where you should know what to do at the right time and who to refer and when to ask for help.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes people sort of approach things with maximum confidence and then they're humbled immediately. Like,
you'll be humbled.
Patients just do the most and they'll humble you. It's not a good look when you're not the kind of doctor that people cannot talk to you about things and be like, oh, doc, don't you think we should do this? Or don't you think you should call your senior or your medical officer and just be like, no, it's fine, I can do it, I can take care of it. And then you can't, and then something bad happens. That's not nice.
Because as much as I have my degree, these people have sometimes over 10 years experience in the ward. She may just be a nurse, but she's seen well over like hundreds of patients with a similar condition. Yeah, she's observed like how they may have improved, like gotten better or deteriorated. She's worked with different types of doctors, but also in that I've also learned like to have my own voice and put my foot down when it's necessary, because sometimes the advice you get is like completely out the window. Putting your foot down and saying, no, this isn't ethical, or this really isn't the right management, or this is outdated. We don't do this anymore. Yeah, and being able to back yourself up. And I think we're so privileged with awesome seniors, okay, in most departments. If you have an argument and you have research or proper data to back you up, they listen to you, or they ask for your opinions, and I love that.
There's certain departments that are very academic, and like everything that you do is based off of where did you get this information from. You can't just say things and be like, oh, maybe we should start this patient on this particular drug. Based on what exactly?
Academically, I think those are the main highlights outside of studying.
Yeah. Then there's the studying while you're still an intern and you're still doing calls. Because basically internship is like you're studying and you're working at the same time, and you're being evaluated along the way. Like we have an evaluation at the end of every rotation, but basically the evaluation is also continuous in the sense that in the ward, how you behave, you know, how punctual you are, how well you work with others, and
overall
things like that.
sense of professionalism.
How professional you are. Because sometimes you can be a really good intern in terms of like academic and you know how to manage a patient, but you just suck as a person. Like you're just terrible. You're just rude.
That's the thing about medicine. It's not like, okay, I can't speak too much about like other professions, but you need to be a holistic person. You need to have emotional intelligence. You need to be a great team player. You need to be a good public speaker. You need to be an academic. You need to be good with your hands. Like, you need to be an overall, like, well-rounded individual. It doesn't help if you're really smart and you have all the answers, but you don't know how to talk to people. Then you're in the wrong profession.
And we're talking about how even as you're a doctor, outside in society, you're sort of expected to take leadership roles as well. Like people just in society don't just see you as a doctor in the hospital, they sort of see you as a sort of a leadership figure in your community as well. There's a certain level of respect that comes with our degree that, you know, the title of doctor sort of extends outside the hospital walls.
And I've noticed that like to some it feels like a privilege, but to others it feels more like a burden.
Yeah.
Because as much as people look up to you, some people just don't want that kind of pressure.
No, they don't. And it's fine. It's fine. It's really okay because we're different people. You know? We're not the same kind of people. Just because I'm a doctor and you're a doctor, we're not the same kind of people. We're not interested in the same kind of things. You mentioned something about being a team player, and I just noticed something about internship is like the interns that you're placed with during internship play a very major role in your career, sort of, or like your training. Don't really have control over this or who you're going to be placed with, but it's always an advantage if you're placed with people that are much brighter than you, because you learn. The conversation on ward rounds, so in morning meetings about certain things, sort of like extends further when you're with people that can answer questions that are way past what you know. Because I mean, if you are the highest level of like knowledge in the group, and you don't know something, that's where the conversation ends.
Never be the smartest person in your circle.
Exactly. Like, you don't learn that way. And you need to be people that are as hardworking as you are and as dedicated. Or more, actually, because it makes it very difficult if you're the person that is, you know, the point person for everything. Like, if something is not done, then you sort of get asked all the time, and you get tired very easily in those rotations when nobody works hard. Why did I
Pulls their own weight.
Yes, pull their own weight. Oh my god.
But at the end of the day, it is it does build your character in a weird way.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just want to come to work. You don't want your character built that day. You just want to knock up at 5
and go home and be happy and sleep. Yeah. Oh, and I remember, I think we were in medical school, where there's a doctor who sort of gave us like a small pep talk, and I think you also mentioned it once. Yeah,
wisdom. Oh my God, could never be me.
And that stuck with me, you know. Like wherever you go, and I usually say this, is put your best foot forward. Bring your A game, like that. And it's not even about making an impression. Like just let your brand be excellent. And I'm not there yet. Let's say it's a journey, but when you come to work with that mentality, I think you really leave an impression on your patients. You leave an impression on your patients, and we work in state, so people have a very bad point of view with being treated in the state. I mean, in state hospitals. But when you're that one doctor who just does everything properly in terms of the way you communicate with your patients, in terms of your management plans, and for me, the patients are the most important person in this whole equation. Because remember, when you're sick, when you go to a doctor, you might be get a very, it tastes weird.
Yeah, and it's so like it's thick. I want water instead.
You don't know what that person is going through at that time. You've probably
just think of the time that you were sick and you went to the doctor.
Exactly.
And the doctor is like rude. And you're just like, the babes.
It ruins your whole. I don't know. It ruins your whole day. It can actually make patients worse.
This role of being a doctor is actually quite deep.
It is.
It's deep. It's a lot, and it's like sometimes it's very straining. And I think for the most part we don't really tap into that, because if you actually sit and you think about the things that you're doing and the kind of role that you have in somebody's life,
it can get overwhelming.
Yeah, it can be very overwhelming. So we generally just go through it and march forward and not have to like stop and feel the emotions of what's actually happening. But sometimes like have breakdowns. Like there's so many times in Prem. I think when my first baby died in Prem, that day, like 3 babies died. I think it was like the first week. Oh, I was crying. And you know when babies die in Prem, because of just like multiple reasons, you're expected to talk to the mother.
And break the news.
And these mothers have been in the corridors coming to breastfeed every 3 hours. Like every 3 hours of every single day, they come to breastfeed their babies. And
they're bonded with that child.
And then on a random day, the baby just decides, no, I'm not going to be here now. I'm out. And now you have to explain to the mother that, like, you know, your baby passed on. I couldn't. I had to call like my senior to come and break the news. And even when she was just like in the background crying. I was like, oh my God, I can't. But like over time, you sort of develop like empathy and not necessarily like just break down in front of the patient, because it's weird.
But do you think it's necessary sometimes?
To do what?
Just the crying, the releasing.
Absolutely. I'm a crier. It's what I do. I'm really good at crying. Like, people don't know this, but I'm like a professional when it comes to crying. It's important to release emotions, even if it's frustration, to go home and just vent to your mom or to whoever is your support system.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add, because that's so true, bruh. It's true. Like, there are ups and downs, but it's not horrible all the time. The highs are really high. Like it's so rewarding.
It's a roller coaster. You feel like
Going
we're
to
discouraging people,
work?
like it's not so bad all the time.
No. There's a reason why we're doing what we're doing. But I just feel like I romanticized medicine too much because I didn't fully understand what I was getting myself into in the beginning, like at high school.
That's why I'm doing
I don't
these
think I
videos,
understood.
because
Yeah.
nobody actually goes into
Exactly.
details. It's like a secret, and then you get in, it's like
Yeah.
boom.
If you think you're gonna make money in medicine, do something else.
There's so much like sun. I'm just glowing.
You're glowing.
It's the knowledge and the wisdom, and
Do something else.
but I'm in the sunshine.
You wanna move? We actually have to go.
Do you think it was a good idea to come to the north, seeing that this is where your support system is?
Yes.
Me too.
I struggled a little bit because I'm like, oh, I want to be in Vento. But then
you
with internship, go to where your support system, it really, really helps. It makes, I can't even explain to you how much of a difference it makes. It helps having people around you. If you're able to choose, you need to have that emotional resilience. Sunny, no?
What is Mary doing here?
Hey,
Mary.
Really?
And
You
now?
guys are not hospital going today? Or?
No, we are.
No, we're not actually.
Yeah,
we
no, you're
decided
not.
to quit.
We are.
Like, was that? Oh, I thought you were in yoga.
Like, what is happening?
Openness.
Let's see.
What are you doing here?
To meet my cousin.
Oh,
I'm at CDC.
What time do you guys start? 9?
9.
9:30.
No wonder you're out here relaxing.
I'm not even relaxed at all. I'm stressing.
We have to go home. Yeah, we definitely have to go. Should we ask for the bill? We have to quickly come back, and there's Vivian running into OPD. You also do this thing where you shout out exactly what you're doing.
Oh. Referral letter. What did you say?
I miss psych actually.
It was fun. Psych was nice.
Psych was a break that I needed. The problem is I started it at the beginning of internship.
Me too. That was my very first rotation.
It was my second because I did ortho and then psych. Now I have
But
no
don't
breaks.
regret it, actually. I think I
eased
needed
me.
that. I needed that transition. If I started with obs and gynae, I think.
You see, guys, I'm not the only person that does not like obs and gynae. Vivian doesn't like obs and gynae either.
No, it's not that I don't like it.
I
but
don't.
I don't advise like a first year intern to start there.
Yeah.
Because you need to know what you're doing, you need to be on your feet. And, and everything.
And. Oh, I'm so tired, Shem.
Okay.
Let's walk. As we were saying, when we got back to the hospital,
It got busy.
we got very, very busy. How many admissions did you have?
Just one though.
I think with
Like, the
cardiac
patients aren't
patients
a
are
lot.
just, they require a lot.
You need to do a lot for them.
They require a lot. And the thing is, with our pediatric patients in OPD, they like coming at around 4:30. And we finish at, and we close at 5. So
Why?
I don't know.
Mummies, why do you do that?
Bring your babies late. And the thing is, if they are so many and we can't finish them like by 5 or so, then they have to go to casuals, and the person on call, their call starts very hectic, which is like, it's not
Very
cool.
sick patient.
With very sick patients.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much, Vivian, for this day.
Welcome.
I think we'll do a part 2 because we didn't get to talk about a lot. We didn't get to finish our topics, so we'll definitely have a part 2. And this time we'll have like a bougie lunch.
Yeah. Something proper and filling with more time.
With more time, nothing rushed like this.
Yeah.
Alright, say bye to my diamond.
Bye, Diamond.
Ta-ta.